In this video, we'll be continuing our malware analysis on our malware, Backdoor HideDoor. I am Brian Chiu from ISF01 and I'll be performing basic dynamic analysis on our malware. To begin, we will use various tools that are used during basic dynamic analysis. To start, we will use a paid DNS. What this program does is it allows us to spoof DNS responses to DNS requests from the malware. Secondly, we will make use of Wireshark. Wiresharks allow us to analyze the network with great detail to see what's happening and capture packets which the malware is throwing to any servers out of the victim's machine. As you can see, Wireshark has already begun capturing packets leaving this machine. Next, we will make use of Process Explorer. Process Explorer allows us to monitor all running processes on the victim's machine, as well as show us DLL handles that are running and loaded for each program. Next, we will run RegShot. RegShot is a utility used to monitor registry changes by comparing two snapshots or images of our victim's current registry state. And this allows us to see the changes that have been made to the registry. To begin, we will take our first shot before running the malware. Lastly, we're making use of NetStack to check any TCP connections or ports that the computer is listening to. The command we'll be using is netstack -a -n-o. This will allow us to see all ports that the computer is listening to during the moment of execution for the malware. Not forgetting, we will also make use of Process Monitor. To see any Windows file system registries or process activity in real time. And it will allow us to filter anything that's being done by this process through its process name. Just checking if everything is running. Since all our capturing tools are running, we can run the program. This is our malware, Backdoor HideDoor, and by double clicking it, we will run the program. If you see, there was a slight instance of Process Explorer picking it up as a process running, but it immediately killed itself. Thus, with Process Explorer, we can no longer do any analysis on the program as it kills itself immediately. What we are going to do now is take the second shot using RegShot to see if there are any registry changes made by the malware. While doing that, we will go down to Process Monitor, and by scrolling down to the most recent logs, we can see that there are logs made. And looking at Wireshark 2, we can see that by comparing the red shot registry, we can see that there were values added, as well as registry keys that were modified, together with files added. If we see this file, see Windows System system.exe, this file is actually the malware duplicating itself. To confirm that, we can open the local drive C, Windows System, and we can see the file system.exe. Here. And what we're going to make use of is WinMD5 to compare the hashes of this system.exe and our malware. As you see from the comparison, our malware and system.exe has the same hash, which shows that the malware is persistent in duplicating itself as a system file in the Windows system directory where it is less suspicious to the user. Now we will run our next step to see since nothing is shown, we will run the malware again from our system.exe file. While doing so, we will run that step. And as you can see, the PID of 3268 and 3268 are listening to port 0000, which are all the interfaces of the victim's machine, listening to the IP of 0000, which are all the interfaces, all network interfaces on the victim's machine, as well as on ports 1978 and 1979. However, as you can see from a paid DNS, there are no DNS requests from the malware. Thus, it will no longer be used to analyze our malware. The only network-based indicators that we have are from these two listening ports, which through our analysis, we feel that they are used as listening ports for a client input. Since our malware has been analyzed as a RAT, remote access Trojan, what it needs is actually a client server that will interact with the infected victim's machine, and this will allow the attacker to make any changes, including doodling on his screen or any keyloggers that will affect the victim's machine. After running system.exe again, we can see from process monitor that there are operations being done by the system.exe file, which is our malware, such as registry key opening, creating new files, as well as reading files, creating file mapping, which all of these are host-based indicators that the malware has changed something in our system. However, through our dynamic analysis, we could not find much information as we do not have the client server required to access all of the malware's capability. This is all that we can find in our dynamic analysis. As you can see, there are a lot of registry changes, and that is also seen in the red shot comparison. Looking at Wireshark again, we can see that there are no new packets coming in based on the malware as there is no DNS request at all. So from Wireshark, that is the end of our basic dynamic analysis. And thank you very much for listening to our analysis.